boys and girls. So today I am going to show you how to use Quizlet. Um, and Quizlet is an awesome resource for you to study pretty much anything. But the way that third grade will be using it is to practice your spelling words. And your spelling lists they will already be uploaded onto Quizlet. And basically what will happen is one of us will assign you to work on a word study list. And you will be able to do different activities with those words on Quizlet. So I'm going to show you kind of how to get on, how to log on, what it will look like, and we will go from there. I have the link posted here just on a Google Doc right now because I'm not going to put it in Schoology right now. However, if we were to post an assignment for you to do, we would let you know what we would expect you to do, and we would put the link in Schoology for you. So you'll click on the link, and now, as you can see, I'm already logged in, and that's because I've already logged in. Once you log in on a computer or a phone or tablet, it will keep you logged in. You don't need to re-log in every single time. But let me log out just so I can show you what it will look like. You can also download the app to study. You can use it on an iPad or an iPhone, or you can use it on a different tablet, a Google tablet, or on an Android. Most Androids will have it. So you can do that, which is awesome because you can use it, when you're not sitting at the computer. Even if you're laying there on the couch watching some TV, you can always sit here and kind of just study as just on the go. Or if you go somewhere, you can ask your parents, if they download it on their phone, then they can allow you to use it then too. So what you'll do is when you go to log in for the first time, you will log in with Google. And that doesn't matter if you're logging in on a phone or the computer, you'll log in with your Exeter Google information. So the same information that you log into Google Classroom or the computer, the Chromebook, anything like that, that's the same information that you will log in with. So if you're logging in on a school computer, you'll automatically have your information here. If you're not, then you'll just have to enter that email address and password. So then it'll have your sets, and we already have Mrs. DiCamillo uploaded some sets for some of our spelling lists. You can see you'll be able to view all, and all of the lists are here. And so let's say that you're on list 11, contractions, which I know is the last one that my class took. We took contractions. I believe maybe we finished with 12. I'm not positive. Regardless, the last one that whatever list you are working on, and we will tell you what list to work on. That will be the list that you go to. So I'm just going to click on list 10 right now, so suffixes, and I know that most of you probably already completed this one. And I'm going to show you all of the activities here. These are your different activities. However, there are some that are more useful for this than others. So I will show you one of the most useful activities is spell, which makes sense because we're doing spelling. So you type what you hear. So you'll click on this button, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear what I can hear right now because I'm doing a screencast, but you'll click on it. Goodness. So that's the word it told me to do. So then I need to type in goodness, and it will tell me if I get it correct. So this said fruitless. So let's say that I spell it wrong. It'll tell me that it's incorrect. So it'll not only tell me that I got it incorrect, but it will show me, and then it will expect me to do it again. So it'll tell you what you got wrong. It will tell you what made the mistake, like where you went wrong and what is correct, and then it'll ask you to type it again for practice. Lifeless. Okay, so you'll continue on. Let me just go through all of these. And you can see this round there's 7. And if you don't hear it the first time, you can click on that as many times as you need. Then it tells you that you learned this many, that you mastered. It'll say 0 because you have to complete it more than one time for you to have mastered it. So if you see there are still 26 words we didn't work on at all. You see these green circles, they're unfilled. If you learned them, Oh, it moved on. If you learned them, one of these circles will go on, and if you've mastered it, then both circles will be colored in. Now, this progress is for all of your spelling words, your whole list. So however many words there might be 20, there might be 30, however many words there are, that's how many words are out of that count in this percentage. So this is probably the best activity that you can use to help you do spelling, because you don't need anyone else to help you. You don't need, this is exactly what happens when we're doing a test. I read a word, or, when your teacher reads a word and they give you the sentence and you need to know how to spell it. So this is an awesome resource. You also can just it's only 7 words at a time. So it takes maybe 5 minutes. So you do a round maybe really quickly before dinner, and then maybe you do a round before bed, and do a round in the morning when you wake up and you're eating your breakfast. It's just really nice. It's a very fast activity, so you can just kind of practice really fast. So that's that activity. Now, I'm going to show you some of the other activities as well. So there are some games here that I will get to, and those games are helpful, but I'm just going to show you what the other ones are. Now, the first one that will pop up is flashcards. Really, all that is it's helpless on both sides. It's whatever word on both sides. Now, I would say that if you're just sitting here doing it, it may not necessarily help a ton for you to just look at the word, but if you're practicing, maybe practicing helpless, 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 and then you move on, like maybe say it out loud, or if you want to write it down or something like that, that might be a good resource for you. So you go through all of the words. That's the way that works. If you do learn, so the way you do learn is you have to match the word to the correctly spelled word down here. Now, for the most part, it's pretty easy. So safely, I know matches with safely, it'll tell me that I'm correct. If I get it wrong and I say that loudly and I click on slowly, it'll tell you to study that one. It'll say, okay, no, wait, you need to work on that one. You didn't get it correct. So you click. Now you can also type in the number for that one. So for example, fruitless, I know that it's number 3 on your keyboard. You can do number 3 if you want to do it that way. That's just a shortcut that you can do. So like I said, this is kind of just matching. It's for you to pay attention to how the word is spelled, pay attention to the words. The more you see these words and the more you interact with them, you do things with them, the better you will remember them, and you'll be able to recognize them when you're reading and writing and things like that. So all of these activities are helpful and useful. Like I said, I showed you the spell one first only because obviously that's one of the most useful ones for this, because we're practicing spelling. But you can use any of these. The writing one, you just type the word. And that's nice because you see the word here, so you know how to spell it, it's showing you how to spell it, and you write it. And you might think, well, Mrs. Fazig, I already know how to spell it. It's showing me right there. However, that's still helpful. The more you write and type these words, the more your brain is going to remember how they are spelled. So you type it in, answer is correct. If I would spell it wrong, it'll tell me it's wrong, it'll tell me what I said, and it'll correct it. It'll tell me how it's actually spelled. And it'll keep track over here of incorrect and correct. So I have 30 words out of 30 words total. This is how many I've gotten incorrect and correct. So that's the writing. If you do the test, this is what it is. So it just asks you spell it. Now, once again, this isn't necessarily super helpful for spelling because you can see the words right here. But if you just want to practice writing a couple of words, and there you go. Matching questions, you put the letter. So helpless, A, jobless is C, useless is C, E, D. Multiple choice, you just have to click the correct one. Once again, obviously, this isn't as helpful for you memorizing the words, but it is helpful for you to just interact with them. So badly equals badly, true, true, false, true, false. And then you can check your answers. So I got a 100%. So, once again, this isn't necessarily for you to memorize. It's for you to just keep using those words over and over. So, Then we have games, and I'll say probably, well, we'll do the matching one first, and the matching one is exactly what you would expect. You have to match the words to each other, and it times you. So it is really fun because you can try to do it as fast as you possibly can. And once again, your goal is just to work with these words, practice them. So I did it in 12.1 seconds. So then I can practice again. I can do it again. So I do it really fast. My goal is to beat my record. Let's see. And I can't find my nicely. It's probably under my picture. So that is just an example of what you can do with matching, which is fun. Another game that there is there's Gravity. So this one you have to type in, and you can discuss how hard it is. So easy, medium, hard. So you can kind of determine how hard. I believe that is how fast you'll have to move. So you have to watch out for red asteroids. You'll see these asteroids coming down. So this one says sickness. You have to type it in. This is nice because you have to type it in fast. You have to really quickly write it down. There we go. Now, let's say that I get one wrong. I'll show you what happens if I get it wrong. I have to keep going until I spell it right. So that's kind of helpful just for you. I'm going to pause it just for you to be able to continue practicing those words. The live option here, you are not going to need to use. That would be if you were in class with other kiddos, which obviously you're not. So that is kind of just all of the Quizlet options. Like I said, then here it also tells you like the words that you've got really down, you've got it. These are the ones that you sometimes mess up, sometimes don't. And then here are the ones that you haven't studied yet. So those are ways to make sure that you study the correct ones. So once again, I'm not 100% sure. It might look slightly different on a student account. I am not as a teacher account right now. I tried to log in as a student, so it should look similar to this. You can use any of these activities to help you. I'll say I'd rather you do any of these activities than not practice your spelling words at all. You can always practice your spelling words using other ways as well. This spell is probably one of the best ways that you can practice your spelling words, but just using those words and writing those words and typing those words and seeing those words is going to be helpful. So obviously, if you have any questions, you can always ask us. You can, log on to our office hours if you would like to, or you can just ask. All of third grade teachers know how to use this, so we can all help you a little bit. But this was just to kind of help you to have like a walkthrough of the website and what it looks like. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope that you enjoy using Quizlet, and we are looking forward to working with you with Quizlet, and I will talk to you later. Bye, boys and girls.